This authorized audiobook of Soul Detox, Clearing Emotional and Spiritual Blockages, 6. Cosmic Soul Journey Book 4. By Seraphina Hartwell is presented by Soul Sanctuary Audio. Copyright Seraphina Hartwell. Introduction. The need for a soul detox. The weight of the world presses down on us in ways we often don't fully understand. It seeps into our bones, settles in our minds, and wraps itself around our hearts like an invisible shroud. We wake up each day carrying burdens we can't quite name, burdens that make it hard to breathe deeply, think clearly, or feel truly alive. These are not just fleeting moments of stress or sadness. They are emotional and spiritual blockages, fragments of unresolved pain, and unspoken truths that linger within us, quietly dictating how we live, love, and dream. Imagine walking through life with a suitcase you didn't even realize you were dragging behind you. This suitcase is filled with the remnants of past traumas, limiting beliefs whispered by society, toxic relationships that left scars, and dreams abandoned out of fear. Over time, this baggage grows heavier, pulling you further away from who you were meant to be. You might find yourself stuck in cycles of self-sabotage, overwhelmed by emotions you can't explain, or disconnected from your purpose, as if something vital has been lost along the way. Why? And yet, deep inside, there's a whisper, a faint but persistent call urging you toward healing, clarity, and freedom. This book, Soul Detox, Clearing Emotional and Spiritual Blockages, is to unpack that suitcase. It's a guide to identifying what holds you back, releasing what no longer serves you, and reclaiming the essence of your true self. Think of it as a detox, not for your body, but your owl. Just as physical toxins accumulate over time and require intentional cleansing, emotional wounds and energetic imbalances demand care and attention. Ignoring them only allows them to fester, manifesting in chronic stress, strained relationships, lack of motivation, and a pervasive sense of disconnection. To illustrate the transformative power of Soul Detox, consider Sarah's story. For years, she felt trapped in a fog of anxiety and dissatisfaction. She had achieved success by societal standards, a stable job, a loving family, but internally, she was Ning. Every decision felt wrong, every joy hollow. One day, while journaling during a particularly low moment, she stumbled upon a memory buried deep within her, a childhood betrayal that had shaped her belief that she wasn't worthy of trust or happiness. She began to confront this wound. Through forgiveness, energy-clearing practices, and reconnecting with her passions, something remarkable happened. The fog lifted. Clarity emerged. Sarah discovered a renewed sense of purpose and peace she hadn't known was possible. Her journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it, and yours can be, too. Throughout these pages, you'll embark on a step-by-step exploration of your inner landscape. You'll learn how to identify the sources of your spiritual baggage, harness the liberating power of forgiveness, cleanse stagnant energy, align with your authentic purpose, and sustain your newfound clarity in everyday life. Each chapter builds upon the last, weaving together practical tools, spiritual insights, and real-life stories to create a roadmap for transformation. But before we dive deeper, I want to remind you of one crucial truth. Healing is not linear. There will be days when progress feels slow, setbacks are inevitable, and doubts are overwhelming. Yet, every small step forward matters. Every act of courage counts. Approach this process with openness and curiosity, knowing that growth happens not despite discomfort, but because of it. Be gentle with yourself, and trust that the work you're about to do is sacred. You'll emerge lighter, freer, and more aligned with the person you were always meant to be. You'll carry less of what weighs you down, and more of what lifts you up. You'll discover that living authentically isn't just a lofty ideal, It's a tangible reality waiting for you, T. Oh, embrace it. So, take a deep breath. Open your heart. Let's begin this journey together. Your soul deserves nothing less than a fresh start. 1. Identifying your spiritual baggage. The room was quiet except for the rhythmic ticking of the clock on the wall. Emma sat cross-legged on her worn-out couch, staring at the blank page of her journal. She had promised herself she would write anything that might explain YS. He felt so stuck. The word echoed in her mind like a hollow drumbeat. Stuck. It wasn't just that life seemed to drag. Invisible chains tethered her to patterns she couldn't break. Every attempt to move forward ended in frustration, and every spark of motivation fizzle into exhaustion. Why does this keep happening? She whispered aloud, though no one was there to answer. Her pen hovered over the paper, trembling slightly. What could she possibly say? How could she put words to feelings that had lived inside her for so long they felt like tea of her very being? If you've ever asked yourself a question like Emma's, if you've ever wondered why certain emotions linger or why specific situations trigger reactions far beyond what seems reasonable, you're not alone. Beneath the surface of our daily lives lies an intricate web of experiences, beliefs, and energies that shape how we think, feel, and act. Some of these threads are golden, woven with love, joy, and resilience. Others, however, are frayed and knotted, tangled remnants of pain, fear, and unmet needs. These knots are what we call spiritual baggage. We acknowledge them. They will continue to weigh us down. Unpacking the suitcase. Common source. S of spiritual baggage. Spiritual baggage doesn't arrive all at once. It accumulates slowly, often without us noticing, until its weight becomes unbearable. To begin unpacking it, we must first understand where it comes from. Here are some common sources. Childhood experiences. Our earliest years form the foundation of who we are. For better or worse, the messages we absorb during childhood, whether spoken or unspoken, lasting impressions. A parent's criticism may evolve into a lifelong belief that we're never good enough. A sibling's teasing might harden into a fear of rejection. Even seemingly small moments can take root and grow into significant barriers later in life. Toxic relationships. Not all wounds come from childhood. Many stem from relationships that should have nurtured us but instead drained us. Whether it's a romantic partner who manipulated your trust, a friend who betrayed your confidence, or a colleague who undermined your efforts, toxic dynamics leave scars that run deep. They teach us to doubt ourselves, second-guess our instincts, and carry guilt or me that isn't ours to bear. Societal conditioning. From the moment we enter the world, society begins shaping us. We're told what success looks like, how happiness is achieved, and which roles we're expected to play. While some of these lessons can be helpful, others impose limitations that stifle our true selves. Gender norms, cultural expectations, and societal pressures create invisible boxes that confine us, making it difficult to step outside predefined boundaries. As you reflect on these sources, ask yourself, which ones resonate with me? What memories rise to the surface when I think about my own struggles? This is the first step toward identifying your spiritual baggage, noticing the patterns, and them back to their origins. Exercises for self-assessment. Shining light on hidden blockages, ***. Awareness is the key to unlocking change. Without it, we remain trapped in cycles we don't fully understand. Below are exercises designed to help you shine light into the shadowy corners of your psyche. Take your time with each one, allowing yourself to sit with whatever arises. 1. Journal prompts ***. Write about a time when you felt deeply hurt or betrayed. How did it affect you then? How does it affect you now? List 3 limiting beliefs you hold about yourself, e.g., I'm not smart enough, I'll always be alone. Where do you think these beliefs came from? Describe a situation where you sabotaged your own success. What emotions were driving your actions? 2. Reflection questions asterisk. Are there recurring themes in your life, such as failed relationships, missed opportunities, or chronic dissatisfaction? If so, what might they reveal about underlying blockages? Who or what has influenced your sense of self-worth? Were those influences positive or negative? When was the last time you felt truly free? What made it possible? 3. Body scan meditation asterisk. Close your eyes and bring your attention to different parts of your body, starting from your toes and moving upward. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort. Ask yourself, what emotions might be stored here? What memories could be connected to these sensations? These exercises aren't meant to provide immediate answers. They're tools for exploration. Be patient with yourself as you delve deeper. Healing requires curiosity, courage, and compassion. Signs you're carrying spiritual baggage. How do you know if you're carrying spiritual baggage? Sometimes the signs are subtle, lurking beneath the surface. Other times, they scream for attention. Here are a few indicators to watch for. Chronic stress asterisk asterisk. If you constantly feel overwhelmed, even when external circumstances don't justify it, unresolved emotional burdens may be fueling your anxiety. Self-sabotage asterisk asterisk. Do you find yourself procrastinating, avoiding challenges, or undermining your goals? These behaviors often stem from subconscious fears rooted in past trauma. Lack of motivation asterisk. Feeling apathetic or uninspired despite having dreams and aspirations can signal inner resistance caused by unresolved issues. Physical symptoms asterisk asterisk. Emotional blockages frequently manifest physically, showing up as headaches, digestive problems, fatigue, or other ailments. Emotional triggers asterisk. Certain people, places, or situations may provoke intense reactions out of proportion to the present moment. These triggers point to unresolved wounds waiting to be healed. Take a moment to consider whether any of these signs apply to you. If they do, know that you're not broken, you're simply carrying weight that isn't yours to carry forever. Case study: Sarah's journey through awareness. Let's return to Sarah, whose story we touched upon in the introduction. Before she began her soul detox journey, Sarah struggled with chronic migraines and bouts of depression. On the surface, her life appeared stable, but internally, she felt fragmented. During one particularly painful episode, she decided to explore her history through therapy and journaling. She uncovered a memory from age 8 when her father criticized her artwork harshly, saying, "You'll never make anything of yourself." Though decades had passed, that comment still echoed in her mind, reinforcing her belief that she wasn't talented or worthy. Recognizing this connection allowed Sarah to challenge the belief and begin healing. Over time, her migraines lessened and her outlook brightened. Sarah's experience illustrates how unresolved issues manifest across physical, emotional, and mental realms. By shining light on her hidden blockages, she took the first crucial step toward liberation. Your next steps: embracing clarity. By now, you likely have a clearer picture of the spiritual baggage you carry. Perhaps old memories surfaced during the exercises, or maybe you recognized familiar patterns in the signs listed above. Whatever insights emerged, honor them. Acknowledging your blockages is an act of bravery, one that sets the stage for everything to come. In the next chapter, we'll delve into forgiveness, exploring how letting go of resentment can lighten your load and open doors to profound healing. But for now, take a moment to celebrate this milestone. You've begun the process of identifying what holds you back, and that alone is transformative. Remember, you don't have to carry this weight forever. With each step forward, you reclaim pieces of yourself, paving the way for a life filled with purpose, peace, and possibility. Keep going. You're closer than you think. 2. The role of forgiveness. In emotional healing. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of amber and violet. Emma sat at her kitchen table, staring at the crumpled piece of paper before her. It was a letter she had started hours ago but couldn't bring herself to finish. The words felt heavy, almost foreign on the page. Words meant for someone who had hurt her deeply years ago. Her chest tightened as memories flooded back. The betrayal, the anger, the tears that seemed endless. She folded the letter carefully and placed it aside, unsure if she could ever send it, or even forgive the person it was addressed to. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. Many see it as an act of weakness or surrender, a way of excusing harmful behavior. But forgiveness isn't about letting someone off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of resentment. In this chapter, we'll explore what forgiveness truly means, why it's essential for emotional healing, and how you can practice it, not just for others, but for yourself. What forgiveness is and isn't ***. To begin, let's clarify what forgiveness isn't. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful actions, forgetting what happened, or reconciling with those who caused harm. You don't have to invite toxic people back into your life to forgive them. Nor does forgiveness require you to suppress your emotions or pretend everything is fine when it's not. Instead, forgiveness is an intentional choice to release the grip of bitterness and anger. It's acknowledging the pain without allowing it to define you. Think of it like carrying a boulder up a mountain. As long as you hold on to it, you'll struggle under its weight. Forgiveness allows you to set it down, not because the boulder disappears, but because you no longer need to carry it. Research supports this perspective. Studies show that holding on to grudges increases stress hormones like cortisol, which can lead to anxiety, depression, and even physical ailments such as heart disease. On the other hand, practicing forgiveness has been linked to improved mental health, stronger relationships, and greater overall well-being. From a spiritual standpoint, many traditions view forgiveness as a way to cleanse energetic blockages. Resentment creates stagnant energy within us, while forgiveness restores flow, aligning us with our higher selves. The science and spirituality behind forgiveness. Before diving into practical steps, it's important to understand why forgiveness works and why it matters. Let's break it down. Mental health benefits. Unforgiveness keeps us tethered to the past, replaying painful events over and over in our minds. This rumination activates the brain's stress response, keeping us stuck in fight or flight mode. When we forgive, however, we interrupt this cycle. A study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that participants who practiced forgiveness experienced lower levels of anxiety and depression. By releasing resentment, we give ourselves permission to heal. Energy fields and vibrational frequency. From a spiritual lens, emotions are energy. Negative emotions like anger, guilt, and shame vibrate at low frequencies, creating blockages in our energy field. These blockages can manifest as fatigue, irritability, or a sense of disconnection. Forgiveness raises our vibrational frequency, clearing these obstructions and restoring balance. Imagine standing in a room filled with clutter. It's hard to move freely until you clear the space. Forgiveness clears the energetic clutter, making room for peace and clarity. Self-forgiveness matters too. While forgiving others is crucial, self-forgiveness is equally vital. We're often our harshest critics, berating ourselves for mistakes or perceived shortcomings. This inner critic perpetuates feelings of unworthiness and stagnation. Learning to forgive yourself is an act of radical self-love, one that paves the way for deeper healing. Step-by-step guidance for practicing forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't always easy, especially when wounds run deep. But with intention and practice, it becomes possible. Below are actionable steps to guide you through the process. 1. Acknowledge the pain. Start by naming the hurt. Write about it in detail, what happened, how it made you feel, and how it continues to affect you. Be honest and raw. This step is about validating your experience, not minimizing it. 2. Write a letter, even if you don't send it. Pour your thoughts and emotions into a letter addressed to the person who wronged you or to yourself if you're working on self-forgiveness. Express everything you've been holding inside, the anger, the sadness, the frustration. Then, shift the tone toward understanding. What might have driven their actions? How can you begin to let go? 3. Visualize releasing the burden. Close your eyes and imagine handing the burden of resentment to something larger than yourself, a river, the wind, or a divine presence. Picture it floating away, growing smaller and smaller until it vanishes completely. Feel the lightness that comes with letting go. 4. Practice compassion. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. It requires compassion for the person who hurt you, yes, but also for yourself. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, including you. No one is perfect, and holding on to blame only prolongs suffering. 5. Create a ritual. Sometimes, symbolic acts help solidify forgiveness. Burn the letter you wrote earlier, bury it in the ground, or release it into water. These rituals serve as tangible reminders that you're choosing to move forward. Real-life stories of transformation through forgiveness. Let's revisit Sarah, whose journey we explored in the previous chapter. After identifying the source of her limiting belief that she wasn't talented or worthy, Sarah realized she needed to forgive her father. Though he had passed away years ago, his harsh words still echoed in her mind. She decided to write him a letter, expressing both her pain and her willingness to release it. "I forgive you," she wrote, "not because what you said was okay, but because I deserve peace." Reading the letter aloud brought tears, but also a profound sense of relief. For the first time in decades, she felt free. Another example comes from Marcus, a man who struggled with self-forgiveness after losing his job due to poor decisions. He carried immense guilt, believing he had failed his family. Through therapy and journaling, he began to reframe his narrative. "I didn't fail," he told himself. "I learned." By forgiving himself, Marcus regained confidence and eventually found a fulfilling new career path. These stories highlight a universal truth. Forgiveness transforms not only how we feel, but also how we live. It opens doors to possibilities once obscured by pain. Your takeaway: forgiveness is a gift to yourself. As you reflect on this chapter, remember that forgiveness is ultimately an act of self-care. It's not about excusing harmful behavior or erasing the past. It's about reclaiming your power. Every moment you spend clinging to resentment is a moment stolen from your present happiness. By forgiving, you choose to invest in your own healing and growth. In the next chapter, we'll explore energy clearing techniques to further cleanse your emotional and spiritual body. But for now, take a step toward forgiveness, even if it's just one small act. Whether you write a letter, visualize releasing a burden, or simply acknowledge your pain, know that you're moving closer to freedom. You deserve peace, and forgiveness is the key to unlocking it. 3. Energy clearing techniques. For the soul. The room was dimly lit, save for the soft glow of a salt lamp casting warm amber light across the space. Emma sat cross-legged on her yoga mat, her hands resting gently on her knees. She closed her eyes and took a slow, deliberate breath, feeling the weight of the day begin to lift, but only slightly. Despite her efforts to forgive herself and others, as she had practiced in the previous chapter, there remained an undercurrent of unease, like static electricity buzzing beneath her skin. It wasn't sadness or anger this time. It was something subtler, more pervasive, a heaviness that seemed to cling to her very being. Maybe it's not just emotions holding me back, she thought aloud, opening one eye to glance at the small collection of crystals and sage bundles arranged neatly on her windowsill. Maybe it's energy. Emma wasn't alone in wondering about this invisible force. Many people sense its presence without fully understanding it. A subtle vibration that affects how we feel, think, and interact with the world around us. In this chapter, we'll explore the concept of energy and its role in well-being, introduce practical techniques to clear stagnant or negative energy, and guide you in creating a personalized routine tailored to your needs. By the end, you'll have tools to cleanse your emotional and spiritual body, restoring balance and clarity. Understanding energy, chakras, aura, and vibrational frequency. To work effectively with energy, it helps to understand what it is and why it matters. Think of energy as the unseen fabric of existence, flowing through everything and everyone. Ancient traditions describe this flow using terms like prana, life force, in Hindu philosophy, chi, vital energy, in Chinese medicine, or simply spiritual energy. Modern interpretations often refer to concepts such as chakras, aura, and vibrational frequency. Chakras, these are energy centers located along the spine, each associated with specific physical, emotional, and spiritual functions. When balanced, they promote harmony. When blocked, they contribute to feelings of imbalance or disconnection. Aura. Asterisk, often depicted as a colorful field surrounding the body. The aura reflects your energetic state. Bright, vibrant colors indicate vitality and positivity, while dull or murky hues suggest stagnation or negativity. Vibrational frequency asterisk. Everything emits a unique frequency based on its energy level. High frequencies correspond to emotions like love, joy, and peace, while low frequencies align with fear, anger, and sadness. Stagnant or negative energy lowers your overall frequency, affecting both your mental and physical health. When these systems become clogged, whether due to stress, unresolved trauma, or environmental influences, it creates blockages that hinder your ability to thrive. The good news? You can clear these blockages and restore balance using simple yet powerful techniques. Energy clearing techniques, tools for cleansing your soul. Let's dive into practical methods for clearing stagnant or negative energy. Each technique offers a different approach, so feel free to experiment and discover what resonates most with you. 1. Meditation and mindfulness practices. Meditation is one of the simplest ways to reset your energy. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath. As thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment, and let them pass like clouds drifting across the sky. To deepen the practice, visualize golden light filling your body, dissolving any areas of tension or darkness. This imagery helps purify your energy field and elevate your frequency. 2. Breath work and grounding exercises. Conscious breathing connects you to the present moment and anchors you in your body. Try this grounding exercise. Stand barefoot on the earth, grass, soil, sand. Close your eyes and take deep inhalations through your nose, followed by slow exhalations through your mouth. Imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet into the ground, drawing up stability and strength. Pair this with affirmations like, I am rooted, I am calm. 3. Crystals and gemstones. Crystals have been used for centuries to amplify and balance energy. Popular choices include clear quartz asterisk, known as the master healer. It clears blockages and enhances clarity. Amethyst asterisk promotes calmness and spiritual awareness. Black tourmaline asterisk protects against negative energies and grounds you. Place crystals near your workspace, carry them in your pocket, or hold them during meditation. Cleanse them regularly by rinsing under running water or leaving them in moonlight overnight. 4. Smudging and other spiritual tools. Smudging involves burning sacred herbs like white sage, palo santo, or cedar to purify spaces and individuals. Light the herb bundle. Allow the flame to extinguish naturally and use the smoke to waft over your body or throughout your home. Visualize the smoke carrying away negativity and replacing it with fresh, positive energy. If smudging feels inaccessible, try sound cleansing with bells, singing bowls, or even clapping your hands loudly to break up stagnant energy. 5. Movement and dance. Physical movement shakes loose, stuck energy and encourages circulation. Put on music that inspires you and dance freely, allowing your body to express whatever arises. Alternatively, engage in activities like yoga, tai chi, or qigong, which combine motion with mindfulness. 6. Nature immersion. Spending time in nature is inherently cleansing. Forests, oceans, and mountains emit high-frequency energy that harmonizes with yours. Take a walk outside, dip your toes in a stream, or simply sit beneath a tree. Breathe deeply and soak in the natural world's healing vibrations, creating your personalized energy clearing routine. Now that you're familiar with various techniques, it's time to design a routine that suits your lifestyle and preferences. Here's how. 1. Assess your needs asterisk. Reflect on when you feel most drained or weighed down. Is it after work, during arguments, after spending time in certain environments? Use these insights to determine which techniques will benefit you most. 2. Start small asterisk. Begin with 1 or 2 practices and gradually incorporate more as you grow comfortable. For example, start with daily breath work and weekly smudging sessions before adding crystal grids or guided meditations. 3. Set intentions asterisk. Before beginning any practice, set a clear intention. Whether it's releasing negativity, inviting peace, or strengthening self-love, intentions act as guides for your energy work. 4. Be consistent asterisk. Like any habit, consistency yields results. Dedicate specific times each day or week to your routine, treating it as non-negotiable self-care. 5. Track progress asterisk. Keep a journal to document changes in your mood, energy levels, and overall well-being. Over time, patterns will emerge, showing you what works best. Addressing common challenges. As you embark on this journey, you may encounter obstacles. Here's how to navigate them. Skepticism asterisk. If you doubt the effectiveness of energy-clearing practices, approach them with curiosity rather than expectation. Notice subtle shifts in your mindset or emotions. They often precede larger transformations. Resistance asterisk. Sometimes, resistance stems from fear of confronting buried emotions. Be gentle with yourself, and remember that discomfort is part of growth. Overwhelm asterisk. With so many options available, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Stick to a few foundational practices until you feel confident expanding your toolkit. Real-life stories of transformation through energy work. Consider Maria, who struggled with chronic fatigue despite no medical explanation. After incorporating daily meditation and weekly smudging rituals, she noticed a significant improvement in her energy levels and mental clarity. "It's like I cleared out all the cobwebs," she said. I didn't realize how much stagnant energy I'd been carrying. Then there's James, a former skeptic turned advocate of crystal therapy. Initially dismissive, he decided to give it a try after hearing rave reviews. He began carrying black tourmaline to ward off workplace stress and found himself calmer and more focused. I don't know if it's placebo or real science, he admitted, but I don't care. It works. These stories underscore the transformative potential of energy clearing techniques. They remind us that healing isn't limited to traditional methods. It thrives on exploration and openness. Your takeaway: maintaining energetic balance. By now, you've gained valuable tools to cleanse your emotional and spiritual body. Remember, maintaining energetic balance is an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. Just as you shower daily to cleanse your physical body, regular energy clearing practices keep your soul refreshed and revitalized. In the next chapter, we'll delve into aligning with your true purpose, bridging emotional healing with purpose-driven living. But for now, commit to trying at least one new technique today. Light some sage, step outside, or simply breathe deeply. Feel the shift within you, and trust that every small effort brings you closer to wholeness. You hold the power to transform your energy and, in doing so, transform your life. 4. Aligning with your true purpose. The morning sun filtered through the sheer curtains, casting soft golden streaks across Emma's bedroom. She sat at her desk, a blank sheet of paper in front of her, and a pen poised hesitantly in hand. 4 weeks now, she had been diligently working on identifying her spiritual baggage, practicing forgiveness, and clearing stagnant energy. Each step brought her closer to a sense of lightness she hadn't felt in years, but something still lingered beneath the surface, an unspoken question that whispered incessantly. Asterisk, what am I here for? What is my purpose? Asterisk. It wasn't just curiosity gnawing at her. It was a deep yearning, almost primal, as though her soul itself were restless. Emma knew she couldn't ignore it any longer. The journey inward had revealed so much about who she was, not just the wounds she carried, but also the strengths, passions, and values that made her uniquely her. Yet, those pieces remained scattered, like fragments of a mosaic waiting to be assembled into a coherent picture. In this chapter, we'll explore how emotional blockages can obscure your connection to your true purpose, and how releasing them creates space for clarity and alignment. You'll learn practical exercises to uncover your passions, values, and strengths, strategies to overcome fear and doubt, and stories of individuals who transformed their lives by stepping boldly into their purpose. By the end, you'll feel equipped to take meaningful steps toward living authentically and intentionally. The connection between emotional blockages and misalignment. Purpose isn't something external you stumble upon. It's already within you, woven into the fabric of your being. However, when emotional blockages cloud your inner landscape, they distort your ability to see or trust your path. Consider these common ways blockages manifest. Fear of failure asterisk. Past disappointments may convince you that pursuing your dreams will only lead to more pain. This fear keeps you stuck in safe, uninspiring routines. Limiting beliefs asterisk. Messages absorbed from childhood or society. You're not talented enough. Success is only for others. Create barriers that prevent you from embracing your potential. Lack of self-worth asterisk. If you've internalized feelings of inadequacy, you might believe you don't deserve fulfillment or joy, sabotaging opportunities for growth. Releasing these blockages doesn't guarantee instant clarity, but it clears the fog, allowing your inner compass to guide you. As Sarah discovered in earlier chapters, forgiving her father didn't magically reveal her life's mission, but it freed her from the belief that she wasn't worthy. That shift opened doors she never imagined possible. exercises to uncover passions, values, and strengths, asterisk asterisk. To align with your purpose, you must first understand what drives you. These exercises will help you tap into your authentic self. 1. Create a vision board. Gather magazines, markers, glue, and poster board. Flip through the pages, cutting out images, words, or phrases that resonate with you, even if you don't fully understand why. Arrange them on the board however feels right. Don't overthink it. Let intuition guide you. When finished, reflect on recurring themes. Do certain colors, symbols, or ideas stand out? These clues point to your deepest desires and aspirations. 2. Guided meditation for inner wisdom. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Imagine yourself walking along a serene forest path. At the end of the trail, you encounter a wise figure, someone who embodies unconditional love and wisdom. Ask them, "What is my purpose?" Listen closely to the response, whether it comes as words, images, or sensations. Trust whatever arises. It's your subconscious speaking. 3. Values clarification exercise. Write down a list of core values, e.g., creativity, freedom, connection, integrity. Narrow it down to your top 5, then rank them in order of importance. How do these values show up, or fail to show up, in your current life? Use this insight to guide decisions moving forward. 4. Strengths inventory. Reflect on moments when you felt most alive and fulfilled. What skills or qualities did you bring to those experiences? Were you leading, creating, teaching, or supporting? Compile a list of your natural talents and consider how they could serve a greater purpose. Overcoming fear and doubt. Even with clarity around your passions and strengths, fear and doubt often rear their heads. They whisper insidious lies. Asterisk, who are you to pursue this dream? What if you fail? What if people judge you? Asterisk, here's how to silence those voices. Acknowledge the fear without letting it control you. Asterisk. Instead of resisting fear, lean into it. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often, the answer isn't as catastrophic as you imagine. Then ask, what's the best that could happen? Break down big goals into small steps. Asterisk. Overwhelm paralyzes action. Start small. If your purpose involves writing a book, commit to drafting 1 paragraph today. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how minor. Surround yourself with supportive people. Asterisk. Share your vision with trusted friends, mentors, or communities who uplift and encourage you. Their belief in you can bolster your own confidence. Practice radical self-compassion. Asterisk. Remind yourself that mistakes are part of the process. Treat yourself with kindness, especially during setbacks. Inspiring stories of clarity after release. Asterisk asterisk. Let's revisit Maria, whose chronic fatigue improved after adopting energy-clearing practices. Once her physical and emotional health stabilized, she began exploring her passions. Through journaling and meditation, she realized her purpose lay in helping others heal holistically. Today, Maria runs workshops combining yoga, nutrition, and mindfulness, a career she once dismissed as impractical, but now finds deeply fulfilling. Then there's James, the former skeptic turned crystal enthusiast. After overcoming his resistance to spirituality, he uncovered a passion for environmental activism. Guided by his value of sustainability, he launched a nonprofit focused on urban gardening initiatives. "I spent years chasing money instead of meaning," he reflected. "Now I wake up excited every day because I know I'm making a difference." These stories illustrate a universal truth. Purpose emerges when we clear the debris blocking our view. It requires courage, patience, and faith, but the rewards are immeasurable. Your takeaway: taking steps toward purposeful living. By now, you've taken significant strides toward reconnecting with your authentic self. Remember, discovering your purpose isn't a destination. It's a journey. Some days will feel exhilarating, while others may test your resolve. That's okay. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. In the next chapter, we'll discuss maintaining spiritual clarity in everyday life, ensuring that the work you've done becomes sustainable long-term. But for now, choose one exercise from this chapter to try today. Whether it's creating a vision board, meditating on your inner wisdom, or clarifying your values, take that first step. Your purpose is calling. Answer it, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. 5. Maintaining spiritual clarity in everyday life. The alarm buzzed softly, its gentle chimes slicing through the quiet of dawn. Emma reached out to silence it, her fingers brushing against the cool surface of her nightstand where a small crystal rested, a reminder of the journey she had embarked upon weeks ago. She stretched and sat up slowly, letting the first rays of sunlight filter through the blinds and warm her face. For a moment, she simply breathed, feeling the weightlessness that came from months of intentional work, unpacking old wounds, forgiving herself and others, clearing stagnant energy, and rediscovering her purpose. But as she swung her legs over the side of the bed, reality crept back in. The emails waiting in her inbox, the errands piling up, the endless demands of daily life tugging at her attention. A flicker of doubt crossed her mind. Asterisk, can I really keep this clarity amidst all the chaos? Will these practices hold up when life gets hard again? Asterisk. Emma's question is one many of us ask ourselves after moments of profound growth. We invest time and energy into healing, only to wonder if we can sustain it long-term. The truth is, maintaining spiritual clarity isn't about achieving some permanent state of perfection. It's about creating habits and systems that support your well-being, even when challenges arise. In this chapter, we'll explore how to integrate soul detox practices into your everyday routine, handle setbacks with grace, build environments that nurture your growth, and cultivate consistency without losing sight of what matters most. By the end of this chapter, you'll have a sustainable plan for ongoing self-care and spiritual development, one that empowers you to thrive, not just survive. The importance of consistency, small actions, big impact. Think of spiritual clarity like tending to a garden. You wouldn't plant seeds and expect them to flourish without watering, weeding, and nurturing them regularly. Similarly, the tools and insights you've gained throughout this book require consistent care to take root and grow. Without maintenance, old patterns can creep back in, choking out the progress you've made. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up day after day, even in small ways. It's choosing to prioritize your emotional and energetic hygiene, just as you would brush your teeth or eat nourishing food. Over time, these seemingly minor actions compound, creating lasting daily habits for emotional and energetic hygiene. To maintain spiritual clarity, it helps to establish rituals that anchor you in the present moment and reinforce your connection to your higher self. Here are some powerful habits to incorporate into your day. Why life? 1. Gratitude. Practice. Begin or end each day by writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Be specific. Instead of "I'm grateful for my family," try "I'm grateful for the laughter I shared with my sister during dinner." Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, raising your vibrational frequency and fostering resilience. 2. Morning affirmations. Start your day with positive declarations that align with your values and goals. Stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eye, and speak aloud affirmations like, "I am worthy of love and joy. or I trust myself to navigate challenges with strength. These words act as programming for your subconscious mind, reinforcing beliefs that serve our growth. 3. Mind. Full movement. Incorporate movement into your routine, not as exercise, but as a form of energetic release. Whether it's yoga, tai chi, dancing, or simply stretching, moving your body helps shake loose stuck energy and reconnects you to your PHY. Cycle vessel. For even. ING reflection. Before bed, spend 5 minutes reflecting on your day. Ask yourself, what went well? What could I improve tomorrow? How did I honor my needs today? This practice fosters self-awareness and ensures you stay aligned. Your intentions. 5. Digita. Detox windows. Set aside periods of time each day to unplug from technology. Use this space to connect with nature, read something inspiring, or simply sit in stillness. Reducing digital noise allows your energy field to reset and recharge. Handling setbacks and triggers gracefully. No matter how diligent you are, setbacks will happen. A stressful day at work, an unexpected argument with a loved one, or a wave of self-doubt can trigger old patterns and emotions. When his happens, remember, acknowledge without judgment. Instead of berating yourself for slipping, acknowledge the setback with compassion. Say to yourself, this is part of the process. I'm and I'm learning. Return to your tools. Revisit the practices that have worked for you, whether it's meditating, smudging, journaling, or calling a trusted friend. These tools act as lifelines. Ling you back to center. Reframe the experience. Every challenge carries a lesson. Ask yourself, what is this situation teaching me? How can I use it to deepen my understanding of myself? Setbacks aren't failures. They're opportunities to strengthen your resolve and refine your approach. Building supportive onships and environments. Your external world plays a crucial role in sustaining spiritual clarity. Surrounding yourself with people and spaces that uplift and inspire you makes all the difference. Consider these strategies. Cultivate authentic connections. Seek out friendships and communities rooted in mutual respect, empathy, and shared values. Share your journey openly, and don't hesitate to lean on others during tough times. Create sacred spaces. Designate areas in your home for reflection and renewal. A cozy reading nook, an altar adorned with meaningful objects, or a corner filled with plants and candles. These spaces serve as reminders of your commitment to your well-being. Set boundaries. Protect your energy by saying no to situations or relationships that drain you. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's essential for preserving your peace. Your takeaway. A sustainable plan for growth. Maintaining spiritual clarity is less about grand gestures and more about weaving mindfulness into the fabric of your daily life. By adopting consistent habits, handling setbacks with grace, and cultivating supportive environments, you create a foundation that sustains you through both calm and stormy seasons. As we move toward the conclusion of this book, take a moment to reflect on everything you've learned and everything you've already begun to implement. Healing is a lifelong journey, but you now possess the tools to navigate it with confidence and intention. Keep going. Your soul deserves nothing less than the care and devotion you've shown it so far. Conclusion. A new beginning. The rain tapped gently against the window pane, a rhythmic patter that seemed to echo the steady rhythm of Emma's breathing. She sat in her favorite armchair, wrapped in a soft blanket, the faint scent of lavender lingering in the air from an earlier smudging session. Her journal lay open on her lap, its pages filled with reflections, revelations, and reminders of how far she had come. For so long, she had felt like a stranger to herself, trapped beneath layers of baggage, fear, and doubt. But now, as she looked back over the weeks and months of her journey, she saw someone new staring back at her, someone lighter, freer, more whole. This is where your story begins anew, not because you've reached some mythical endpoint, but because you've taken the first bold steps toward reclaiming your soul. Healing isn't a destination, it's a continuous unfolding, a dance between shadow and light. And though the road ahead may still hold challenge, you now carry tools, insights, and a renewed sense of purpose to guide you forward. Recap: the power of identifying, releasing, and healing blockages. Asterisk: throughout this book, we've explored the transformative power of Soul Detox, a process designed to help you identify, release, and heal the emotional and spiritual blockages that have kept you stuck. We began by unpacking the invisible suitcases of spiritual baggage, tracing their origins to childhood wounds, toxic relationships, and societal conditioning. From there, we delved into the liberating act of forgiveness, learning that letting go of resentment is not just a gift to others, but a profound act of self-love. Next, we cleared stagnant energy through meditation, breath work, crystals, and other practices, creating space for clarity and alignment. With our inner landscapes cleansed, we turned inward to rediscover passions, values, and strengths, bridging emotional healing with purpose, drive, and living. Finally, we discussed how to sustain this progress through daily habits, supportive environments, and resilience in the face of setbacks. Each step has been a thread in the tapestry of your transformation, one that continues to weave itself as you move forward. Soul Detox is an ongoing process. It's important to remember that Soul Detox isn't something you finish. Life will always present new challenges, new emotions, and new opportunities for growth. What matters most is your willingness to meet these moments with curiosity and compassion. Think of yourself as a gardener tending to your inner world, pulling weeds when they appear, planting seeds of intention, and nurturing the soil of your spirit. Some days will feel effortless, while others may require extra effort. That's okay. Growth rarely follows a straight line. As Sarah discovered after forgiving her father, healing creates ripples that extend far beyond ourselves. When we clear our own blockages, we make room for deeper connections, greater creativity, and a life lived authentically. Similarly, Soul Detox is an ongoing process. It's important to remember that Soul Detox isn't something you finish. Life will always present new challenges, new emotions, and new opportunities for growth. What matters most is your willingness to meet these moments with curiosity and compassion. Think of yourself as a gardener tending to your inner world, pulling weeds when they appear, planting seeds of intention, and nurturing the soil of your spirit. Some days will feel effortless, while others may require extra effort. That's okay. Growth rarely follows a straight line. James learned that embracing his passion for environmental activism wasn't about perfection. It was about showing up consistently, even when the work felt daunting. Their stories remind us that every small choice adds up to meaningful change. Trust yourself and your unique path. One of the most beautiful truths about this journey is that no two paths are alike. Your experiences, insights, and aspirations are uniquely yours, and they matter. Trust yourself to navigate the twists and turns, knowing that each step brings you closer to alignment with your highest self. There's no right or wrong way to heal. What works for one person may not resonate with another. Listen to your intuition, honor your pace, and celebrate your victory. Yes, no matter how small. When doubts creep in, as they inevitably will, remind yourself of how much you've already accomplished. You've faced fears, released burdens, and begun building a life rooted in authenticity. That takes courage, resilience, and heart. Keep going. Even the smallest spark can ignite a fire. A message, hope and empowerment. To leave you with a final thought, consider these words from Rumi. Asterisk, the wound is the place W. Here the light enters you. Asterisk, every challenge you've faced, every tear you've shed, has shaped you into the person you are today, and the person you're becoming. Healing isn't about erasing the past, it's about transforming it, allowing its lessons to innate your path forward. You are capable of extraordinary things. You are worthy of love, joy, and fulfillment, and you are never alone on this journey. Countless others walk alongside you, seeking the same clarity and connection. Together, we create a web of support, inspirati, and shared humanity. Call to action. Share your Tori, continue growing. Now it's your turn to take the next step. I invite you to share your experiences, whether through journaling, talking with trusted friends, or joining communities dedicated to personal growth. Consider exploring additional resources, such as guided meditations, workshops, or books that deepen your understanding of emotional and spiritual wellness. Thank you for trusting me to guide you through this chapter of your story. Remember, you hold within you everything you need to thrive. Go forth with hope in your heart and faith in your feet. Your soul detox is just the beginning, and the possibilities are endless. This authorized audiobook of Soul Detox, Clearing Emotional and Spiritual Blockages, 6, Cosmic Soul Journey Book 4, by Seraphina Hartwell, is presented by Soul Sanctuary Audio. Copyright Seraphina Hartwell. For the update audiobook, click Follow Soul Sanctuary Audio.